host, jackkadis, and today, of course, who else will we have on the show other than Griffin Hilliard? I just pressed a ton of buttons in a row to get all that right. A brief breakdown of the episode. First, we keep it real. First segment. Second segment, we're going to talk about a very interesting college-related topic. And our final segment is going to be about advice. We're going to freestyle. Griffin, I'm so glad you woke up and called me. Oh, my God. I was really gearing up to do this alone. I sent text out to like 3 people asking if they wanted to call in.
Did they all say no?
Well, they just didn't respond. That's how it goes with this sort of thing. You have to realize that there's a reason that you're the one that's ended up taking on the role of my returning guest, because it's like it's a cool idea. Like, oh, I'd love to be on a podcast sometime. But like when it comes down to it and you're looking at the hour straight in the face, it's like, hell no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Oh, okay. I sent you did you see that what I sent you on Spotify?
No. You did not know you could send me stuff on.
So I'm on part 6 of freestyling every day for the rest of my life, and it goes on YouTube. But I just started uploading them to Spotify as singles.
Hey, you know this guy?
That stuff's old. That stuff's old. But yes, I do know that guy.
I love this guy.
For those that can't see the screen right now, Griffin's pulling up an old album cover of mine, my first and last album that I made on Spotify with my friend Arul. And it is a picture of a man who is honestly...
He's doing what I do.
Yeah, honestly, he's doing what Griffin does. But it was a bit of against his will. Like, he didn't, it was... It was like what Griffin does, but naked and afraid, and he doesn't mess with the cameras. It's all on like a Chinese, Japanese TV show. You know how it goes.
He had to. The only way he could get anything is through coupons or something, or sweepstakes. So if he wanted food, he had to win it through sweepstakes. If he wanted clothes, he had to win it through sweepstakes. If he wanted,
coupons. It was coupon
anything.
booking. Yeah, it was coupon books.
Yeah. So he would just that was the name of the game, and he had to make $10,000, and then he could leave, and it took him 9 months. So he was naked in a room, but like the company, like the show that did it, they like just never gave him clothes, so they just like fucked with him.
Yep. It was a very good. A bunch of YouTubers made videos about it, and that's the only reason that Griffin and I know that it happened. I bet a lot of weird stuff goes down in Japan. We just never hear about it. We just see little snippets.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I was gonna ask what's been going on with you, but you've been asleep. Guess what happened to me at 9 a.m. this morning? I got woken up to someone walking in my front door. Was I in touch with you at all, or have we not spoken?
No, what the hell? Is that a stranger?
No, it's my new roommate. He said he was going to be here at 3 p.m., but he just showed up at 9 a.m.
And what did you do? Were you like, hey?
Yeah, I said, oh, shit, let me put some pants on because I sleep naked. Actually, I did go to bed with underpants on just in case he showed up. But I wasn't supposed to sleep till 3. I mean, I wasn't supposed to sleep till, I don't know. But I ended up going back to bed, and then I woke up at 5. Got my bicycle back today. Oh, my God, is that not the best thing ever to be back on a bicycle? It's really, it's really a balance of things, I realize. Like, if you run, a good way to get better at running is also ride your bike. If you make videos, a good way to get better at making videos is also good to go to school. And if you work at Jersey Mike's, a good way to get better at Jersey Mike's would be to read or run or sleep, It's like things make you better at things. You know what I'm saying? So after what do you mean? Things make you better at things.
Yeah. Only way you're gonna get better at drawing is to draw.
True, but I have reels that do very well because in the reel I'm able to say, "What's up, guys? I'm about to walk a half marathon."
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything bleeds into other things. So. But I get what you're saying, too. It's like if you really want to be the best at something, you have to only do that thing. But, depending on what's important to you, you could say like, oh, well, I run for Instagram. Or I do social media for my career. Or you know what I'm saying? Keeping it real, man. Keeping it real. We skipped our ad read, but you guys know the deal. If you want to be the first sponsor of the episode, I'm begging you. It's at the point where I am on both knees, begging you like a... I'm serious. I'm so serious. I had a comment that asked me when.
It's $5.
I had a comment. No. It's free. You people don't understand. It's free. Griffin just yelled so loud that you guys didn't even hear it. Discord cut it out because it was that loud. It's free. I don't want your money. I just want a sponsor. You have to understand. And like, I know that it's gonna come, and it's probably way closer than I even expect. And I should just enjoy the moment because soon I'll look back to the point where I had no sponsor and reminisce. But it's true. I'm on both my knees begging anybody at all. I messaged back a commenter, just a random profile online. No idea who they are, what they look like, where they live, what they're into. They definitely have nothing. I mean, not definitely, but it's like, you can see how desperate I'm getting. They commented and they said nothing about sponsorships. They asked me when I would have membership on YouTube. Some YouTubers have a thanks button below their subscribe button, and you can donate to them directly from their video. I am about 800 watch time hours away from achieving that, but it's not. It has the asterisk of I have to have that 3,000 watch hour cap within a 365 day time span.
I know. That always fucks me, bro. I always like get so close, and then it doesn't happen.
So I'm anticipating a large drop off. Right now I'm 800 watch time hours away, but as we roll through the months of September, October, November, and December, that time last year, I was traveling and doing I was starting Keeping It Real and traveling all around, and my watch time hours were off the charts. I remember during those months, if they would have continued that way, I would have been able to apply for a partnership and turn on that membership function within, I think, 2, 3, 4 months max. I mean, I was projecting February, March as like the time when it was a no-brainer. I would not only have a membership option, but I would also be rolling Google AdSense. But neither of those things happened. That's how it goes. Not mad about it, because just like the sponsorship situation, I'm sure I'll look back and reminisce about the times when there was absolutely no money involved in what I do here. But I mean, it's already started to shift without money involved. I'm already gearing myself towards an image that would make you think money was involved. I utilize tools like ChatGPT to make titles and timestamps. And it saves me time to do better things and focus on more important stuff like getting sleep and giving you a good episode. We have now a guest because, put bluntly, I'm not. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the guest has to do with it, but I was thinking as I was on my walk today, there's going to come a time when I don't know, what's going to happen, but, imagine 300, 400 episodes from now. Keeping It Griffin, which is the separate playlist on my channel that has all the Keeping It Real episodes, including Griffin. And Keeping It Real will only have like 100, 150, 200 episode gap. And in the grand scheme of things, it's like, oh, like at what point will we pass the marker of like, now I've done more episodes with Griffin than not? You know what I'm saying? Like that could come.
Shit.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. That could, like, time changes things in that weird way. But yeah, I mean,
dude, that's wild. I think, but then it would just swap again, because then once you get to a point where you do have different guests every time, then it would swap back again.
Yeah, but you never know what the timeline holds. School's also going to be a huge thing. It's going to be a divider, I think, for me, because I think I do have the time in the day to go to school and make my videos and get sleep if I give up scrolling on social media.
Oh yeah, no! You have to give up the scrolls, not the scrolls.
So I predict every time in my life I've given up something in like an extreme way, there's always like pushbacks. There's always like when I stopped smoking weed, I remember my teeth and my gums felt like they were swarmed with cancer around month 2 or 3 of no weed. I remember my entire mouth felt like it was rotting. and I cried to my dentist and I cried to my mom and I said, I actually like, it was so painful. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't rest my head on my pillow. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do any. It was the worst thing ever. And then one dentist trip and a couple weeks passed and it was gone. But then there was all the other things. Like there's like
why? Why did your mouth hurt?
I don't know, man. But I'm just saying when you fuck with something, like when you fuck with your routine in a heavy way, you can expect instability. So
okay.
I wonder, I'm worried and wonder what could happen, with, it's not even the fact that I'm going to be giving up scrolling and such. It's starting school.
Sorry. No, I wasn't laughing about you. I wasn't laughing about you.
Why did you did you tilt your camera up on purpose?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
That's not as funny. No,
My bad. Am I going to get to see that up close and personal tomorrow night?
Probably.
Do you really use your nose?
Yes.
Dude, I'm going to feel like I'm in the Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, man. Like, I feel like there's going to be, like, a huge conspiracy one day about me.
Did you watch my Instagram video by any chance?
I keep on getting, like, ones that are from the past. So, I don't know. I actually am getting recommended a lot of yours.
My newest one on my main Instagram is like an hour and a half worth of work.
Well,
I'm curious to see what you think. Oh. Yeah.
Hey, JJ, that's, yeah.
Okay, while he watches that video, I will explain to you people what it is. There's a gentleman that I met. His name is James, and he has one tooth, and nothing screams character like a man with a one tooth. He talks with no breaths. He doesn't stop. His mouth moves and moves and moves. Reminds me of Donald Trump. It's like at that age, a lot of times you see people that are that age and you're thinking to yourself, like, how are you still going? And that's the kind of thing that I want to, like, that's the kind of thing that I'd be interested in capturing and bringing to the table when it comes to Instagram, because I'm like trying to, I'm taking after Griffin, like what really encapsulates the masses? What gets people to pay attention? What's interesting? What is entertaining? And James, in a real life setting, entertains the hell out of me. And it's my, it's very much so my Instagram page, my social media. Like, so it's two things combined, right? It's not only.
That was tough.
You liked it? You thought it was good?
That was tough, yeah.
It's not only like
I like the belts better though.
Okay, should I bust? I might bring 3 belts to the shed. Are you down for that?
What?
I might bring 3 belts to the shed if you're down for that. I think, what sucks is that I once upon a time.
I can't.
Oh, but hey, listen, your shed will be in it, so.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, it's without a doubt you people will see me in belts come tomorrow night because Griffin is laughing this much when it comes to belts. I will 100% be wearing belts. This is another thing that I love to do when it comes to Instagram. Whenever I hear even the slightest inkling of a request, notice Griffin didn't say, "Oh, do the belts again." Griffin didn't say, "Yo, can you put the belts back on?" Griffin said, what did he say? He said a second ago, all he said was, "I like the belts better." And that's all I needed. All I needed to hear. I like the belts better. And he laughed. Done. Snapped my fingers. The belts are coming with me. And we're going to make a show. I'm thinking if I can put one over, the nipples is the crazy part. If I can put one over my nipples and then the other 2 could cross my chest like an X.
Oh, dude, no.
That's my
No,
plan. That's my plan. I think
no.
that one will do
I think
numbers.
we should put as many belts as you can on.
Lots of laughs. Lots of laughs. I am worried for the inevitable, like, eventually, you're gonna get people. I've been surprised, like, lately. I've been, like, in my underwear, no shirt, putting belts on me in weird kinky ways, and I've yet to receive any sort of, like, are you okay, or like
Yeah.
or like or like
Yeah, dude, you might not be okay, and everybody's just like, what if you weren't okay, and everyone was just watching you spiral, like,
well, that's like when someone asks me if I'm okay. Like there's this one story that I've told often on this show. I was at a party and it was private school kids back in high school, and this one gentleman, I can't remember his name, stopped me on the stairs and was like, "Jackkadis, oh my god, I totally know everything about you. Like, are you okay? Or I'm so glad you're doing better." And like, all it takes is that kind of moment to actually like make you think that you were crazy. Like, I don't know what it is about that kind of thing happening to me, but I think a lot of people can relate. Oh, I just realized. Hold on. I think a lot of people can relate when somebody tells you that you're insane. It's a really hard to like take your side and be like, "Nah, I'm chilling. I'm
and
good."
argue your sanity.
Yeah, because it's like no like what does all insane people have in common? People agree that they're insane. So it's like I'm susceptible to whatever the people agree about me. And if everyone is sharing these reels around like, "Yo, Jack's losing his marbles," then am I even able to argue that I have my marbles still? I don't
No,
even.
you can't. That's crazy. That is actually nuts to think about.
But at the end of the day, it's
And
very.
you're like, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. It's just like, all right, fucking, all right, dude. Like, yes, you are. And I've done that. I have been exactly where you are. Like,
Well, it's a calculated
everybody's-
risk. I feel comfortable with the risk, at least from the way that I perceive it.
oh, yeah, no, you know, who gives a fuck if people think you're crazy? It doesn't matter. It really could. It really, if you care about what people think about you, then you really are crazy. But I'd rather be crazy every day of my life. I can't wait to be like known as crazy. I want to be a crazy old man. I want like I don't give a shit about if people think I'm crazy, because it's like, if you live that way, then you're not gonna be living the way you want to be. You're living how other people want to live.
Yeah, it's a calculated risk, but when I calculate it, it doesn't even seem like too much of a risk. I mean, when has it ever been a good idea to allow others to dictate who you are?
Exactly. Never.
I mean, I feel like if anything, I think a lot of people are, especially the ones that are our age and younger, see what I do on the internet and they think to themselves, "Oh my God, all these ideas that we've like thrown around jokingly over the years, he's actually doing them."
Exactly, man. Like, you're an inspiration, Jack.
Inspire these nuts. Yo, I wish I did not have to work tomorrow.
Uh, you're back in the rat race.
Yeah, I wonder if. Yeah, Yeah, want.
I really just want to pig out.
I want to, dude. I'm in the exact same boat. Can you think you can hold it until I get there? Once we're together, we can go crazy.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I am gonna hold it.
Okay.
I'm gonna literally fast.
Because we'll.
I haven't.
Okay, bet we'll mukbang, and I think I might bring my air fryer.
Well, I have an air fryer. You don't have to bring your air.
Yeah, but what I make, it gets the air fryer really fucking disgusting.
What are you making?
I go to Whole Foods. They sell a 6-pack of skinless, boneless thighs, and you don't even have to put anything on them. I'm starting to build a bit of a conspiracy theory. I think that Whole Foods must like, even though it's like organic packaging, I swear to God that they rub them in oil, or they like, because I don't know how else would they get that golden brown tint on them out of the air fryer. I don't understand. And there's so much oil and grease. Like I every time before I put them in, I clean the air fryer, and then every time after they're done, there's a pool worth of grease, so much grease, and I'm like, yo, how is this possible? Like, this is supposed to be like organic, like if there's grease, it's because I put it there. I'm supposed to season this stuff. It's just plain chicken. It's not like McDonald's. Like, what the hell is happening here?
Yes. Okay. I can't wait for the fucking thighs. What are they?
Boneless, skinless thighs. You're gonna fucking, oh my God. And I'll bring
boneless, skinless thighs.
Do you have a Whole Foods in Wilmington? You must.
I have to. I think so.
Cause you gotta get this exact thing. We'll go together. They don't close until, well, maybe I'll have to bring. I don't know how I'm gonna bring them. Maybe we'll save that for Thursday. Man, I'm so excited. We are going to fuck around big time. All I'm going to do is keeping it real for the entire day, for 3 days straight.
Yes.
Don't know how the fuck I'm going to get home. I'm probably going to be living off ramen as well, just because like I can only really afford one pig out session. So I'm probably going to bring up some ramen.
Yeah, I have it's okay, Jack. I got you. Bro. I have money. I have a little bit of money.
Where did it come from?
My birthday.
Nice.
I got like $200.
Hey, hold on to that shit, man.
I know. I'm just living off of it. I'm like banking on something happening. Like, because once it's gone,
I have $109, and then I have like 60.
Dude, wait, no. Here you go.
Oh, bro! But you know the thing? I'm not a Taco Bell eater. I have Taco Bell like once a year.
Well, have you had Taco Bell this year yet?
No, but that's the thing. You're gonna have to order for me. That's the way I like it. You're gonna have to.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to find out.
Bro, we need to get into some stuff. Is there any? Because I'm gonna be there over the weekend. Like, is there gonna be like we should get all the social media stuff done, and then we should try and go out and such.
I had to paint, or else I die.
No,
I know. I had to paint, or else I die.
All right, well, maybe I just need to wander off into some crazy shit, and then I'll just.
Well, Rob isn't gonna be here.
He's not?
Wait, is it the date that you told me?
I called him and he didn't seem like he was gonna be there. But he's gonna be in Wilmington.
Oh.
For those,
okay.
I did a little bit of a ChatGPT sort of a precursor to this episode, and it gave me a lot of tips, and one of them was to make sure that this episode can stand alone, as well as when I'm thinking of making clips within the episode, make sure I'm speaking in standalone style. So I feel like whenever I say things like Rob, or like, I feel like I need to explain, like, I'm going to see Griffin, my friend from my hometown Charlotte, in Wilmington. I live in Raleigh right now, and when we speak about Rob and Alden and Nathaniel, these guys are also our friends from high school that are also in Wilmington. They all have a house together. And it's like, I feel like at this age, it's weird because it's like, I feel like it's harder to be friends, if that makes sense. Like when we all met and when we all like first knew each other, I feel it was very like low stakes and more fun, I guess. And now that we're old, I feel like it's hard not to be a little bit more anxious about like, and it's weird because when you were that age, you used to think, oh, when I'm 22 years old, like and I'm going to go see these guys in college, like it's just going to be like exactly like it is now, but we're going to get super drunk and our parents won't be texting us. But that's not the truth. The truth is, I'm nervous that when I go and I try to do my podcast with Alden, like I'm worried that it's going to be weird because he's going to think that I'm just using him for a podcast. Like Like that's the kind of stuff that I feel we didn't like. You would just see a guy at the lunch table and you'd be friends.
True. True. Very true. I relate to that. I definitely can relate to that.
Because like I think as you get older, you start to watch out for yourself more socially. And then it sets the stage for like, oh, well, everyone else is probably watching out for themselves. And like, imagine all the things that people aren't saying, but they think about me, you know?
Yeah. But I'm not. I seriously could care less about what people. You just can't care what people think. You can't control it. You can't control it.
I
There's
care.
no, so,
I think lately I've just cared. All I want to care about is like, I hope people do think about me. I don't care what they do think. I don't think any thoughts about me are bad. I just wanted to make sure that I'm on their mind.
This is a good point.
And,
yeah, honestly.
Even that decision has me thinking like, I mean, that's kind of like like, I wonder if that shows through. I wonder if people are like, oh, Jack doesn't really care about me. He just cares that, like, I think that he cares, which is kind of Inception, and maybe shows you how crazy I'm going. But that's the truth. That's what I worry.
Yeah, but honestly, if you really think about it, everyone else is thinking the same thing. You know, they're not thinking of, they're hoping that they're thinking of, like, you're thinking of them as well.
I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Pretty trippy. It's so weird to think that everybody, it's like everybody thinks it's like main character syndrome, but everybody does it.
Well, because we are. And it's so, like, when I go on my long walks, it's so weird just to look down at my hands and think my own thoughts and look forward with my eyeballs. It's like, how is this, like, my world? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah.
Like, how the fuck is this my world? Can I tell you a secret?
What?
I was on the phone. Dang, you just popped back up and you had your helmet on. I was on the phone with Rob, and he mentioned this girl's name that I don't know how to say this. We had sex before, and it's been a very long time since I had sex, and everyone's always mentioning her name to me, and it's like I've seen her in passing a couple times, and I've always got the what's the word? I've always got the feeling, I guess, that, you know, she's like would always be glad to have sex again, and like I'm really hoping, like I can't help it. It creeps in when I go to places like a new college or like when it's the weekend sometimes in Raleigh. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm secretly hoping that maybe I'll get to have sex this weekend. But then I'm like, should I not? Like, should I intentionally not? Like, I don't know. Like, am I gonna have it and just feel gross about myself again and think, when am I gonna learn my lesson? I don't know.
What else?
I don't know, man. I don't know, like, if sex is even for me, like, as a lifestyle. I don't know if, like, I even.
Well, it's not a lifestyle.
It's just it's just a fun thing.
No, it's not. It's not. Sex is, at least for me. Sex is like it's for love, you know. It's not for. It's for save it for someone that you really care about.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
That's what that's what I think. That's fine. Like, you know, it's awesome, yeah. But but think about if you have sex with all these people that you just don't really care. You really just don't give a fuck. You know, the sex that you would have with someone that you like love and really love is 10,000 times better than and worth having sex with 100 women.
Okay, I'm with you.
But
I still might have sex though.
Yeah, no, I mean.
But also, over this past half a year, I've said that so many times. So many times I've been like, I might have sex this weekend. And it's never come true. Unless it's a woman over the age of 40.
That's great. I love it. Hey,
I told my younger brother and his friends, they're 16-year-olds. I told them I did not tell them, well, I kind of did. I told him the story, and my mom is hearing this, and she's gonna be so upset with me that I told them that. But I
Your
don't know.
mom knows about it?
Oh yeah. Well, she watches Keeping It Real.
Yeah.
Well,
my mom
she's just gonna be
so.
pissed that I told my little brothers and his friends about it. But it's like, I don't know. I was kind of just in like the fuck it kind of mood, and like, I don't know. I like.
It's funny. I would have told my little brother.
All right, this is the second ad read. This could be your sponsor spot. Listen, I know there's someone out there that's not my mom. Because I see the analytics. You people click on these videos. You do. Over the last week, we've had a lot of new listeners, and we've just had a lot of listeners hands down. So if you have anything at all that you're interested in, if you cook, if you write, if you clean, if you sing, if you dance, if you can throw it back, sponsor the show. I will shout you out. You don't have to have a social media page. You don't even have to really even live in the United States. Whatever it is that you do. Haven't you always wanted to sponsor something? Well, I'll tell you, I've always wanted to have a sponsor so we could meet. It could be destiny. It could be like that type of sex that Griffin just described. The love kind. And, I just had an idea. Well, before we get into the topic of the second segment, I just had an idea. I think that my first sponsor is going to be Tucker Aaron. He's releasing a magazine, and he just gave me a lot of guidelines. I've been helping him. So lately, every day, I've been tweaking and working on the page numbers. I'm drawing his page numbers. And he just gave me a new story idea, and he wants me to draw the art, like the tattoos. And I'm super down with that. So definitely going to do that for him. Definitely going to keep on writing him with the page numbers. And I would like him to be my first sponsor of Keeping It Real. So that's probably what's going to end up happening if I had to be real with you. What else? Oh, okay. Here we go. Second segment. Today, we have a very interesting topic to talk about. North Carolina, we have a program statewide for colleges called North Carolina College Connect. The initiative now pre-admits qualifying public high school seniors to participate. Hold on. You can tell that I'm reading a ChatGPT thing. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right, let's talk about something big happening right here in North Carolina. Imagine you're a high school senior. You've been stressing about SATs, essays, the whole application grind, and then one day you just get a letter in the mail saying you're in. You're accepted to college. And here's the kicker. You didn't even apply. It's called North Carolina College Connect, and the state is rolling it out for public high school seniors. Basically, if your grades meet the mark, certain colleges are going to send you an automatic acceptance letter. No application fees, no endless forms, no stress about did I submit the right thing on time. Now, I think this is pretty interesting because it flips the script. Instead of students chasing schools are reaching out to you. Could this make college more accessible? Definitely. Could it also change the way we think about the whole admissions process? I think so. And I've got some thoughts on how this could play out. I think that college as a social construct is definitely under a bit of a change. I think I point to a story or just more of like a feeling that I get from my parents and my grandparents about applying to and going to college. It was much more of like a, first and foremost, it would be done through the mail. And that kind of sums everything up. It used to be different. Now it's how it is. And I believe it will be different. So I always think about how it will be different. I'm very obsessed with not being the old person that's out of the loop. I always want to be the old person that's tuned in and equipped to handle whatever it is that's happening. And with colleges in North Carolina sending out automatic acceptance letters based on GPA, it has me thinking a couple of things. Direction-wise, I believe college is perceived as more of an optional thing for people my age, a little bit older, a little bit younger than me. I don't think that college is as sought after or required as it once used to be. And going forward, I see this trend continuing. And I also see more things like this happening. And when I say things like this, I say, at the end of the day, these schools, for the most part, are businesses. They have staff, they have alumni, and they have large, I don't know the word for it, but there's a word for, especially Ivy League schools have very large, like trusts. I don't know what the word is for like the large amount of savings but universities, I mean, there's lots of money in these banks, and they operate as such. They have boards, they have yearly numbers. There are always things are being tweaked, messed with. So as everything continues and time goes on, I think about like the kids that I may have one day and them being seniors in high school. I don't think that public school K through 12 is going to go away, and I don't think college is going to go away. But I do think that college will start to become a place of, I think, much like the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, the college experience will also continue to have a stretch out where you have the people that are going to Miami University, NYU, and LSU, and what's the one out in California? There's a couple. USC. These kids, I mean, it's a lot of money. Not only do you have to have the grades, but you have, and a lot of times to get the grades, you have to have the money. I mean, it's a whole different experience. And I feel that in North Carolina, it makes a lot of sense that these colleges are going to be sending out automatic acceptance letters. And mind you, this is not UNC Chapel Hill. This is not North Carolina State University. This is, places like Western Carolina, smaller, cheaper colleges that still want to make money, but it's just, they're not gonna, it's public universities. So App State will be included, ECU, Elizabeth City, Fayetteville State, North Carolina Central University, UNC Asheville, UNC Charlotte, UNC Greensboro, UNC Pembroke, Western Carolina, Winston-Salem. These are colleges that have less money in them. Smaller campuses, smaller student population, less money. Public, they're public. And money still drives them, but it's not money does not define them necessarily. When you look at colleges like Duke and Chapel Hill, then you start to get a bigger sense of what it means to be in college, what it means to be a human being. And it's like, when we're human, is it who's rich human, who's poor human? I mean, I don't mean to get too far off topic here, but I saw today that Nvidia makes up 8% of the S&P 500. One company. Now, for those that don't know what the S&P 500 is, it's a accumulation of America's top performing companies. A lot of people have the misconception that the S&P 500 is reliant on a firm or a man that is constantly checking it and deciding which stocks he wants to include and not include. Not true. If you buy a share, it's a computer. If you buy a share of the S&P 500, you're buying into the American economy, and by nature, you are buying into its top 500 stocks. So you can imagine the things that are going on and the shift in money when you hear a statistic like Nvidia, one company, just one company, makes up 8% of a fund that has 500 companies. It should make up 0.20%. If we were communist and everyone, if this wasn't capitalistic and everyone was valued equally, it would make up 0.20%. Now, I don't know what 8 times 5 is. Hold on. 8 times 5 is 40. That's 40 times. 40 times that. So think about you at a dinner table, okay? And it's someone's birthday and there's a cake. The cake gets sliced so that everyone can get an equal slice. And that just is right. At a social level, when you're at a birthday and the cake gets sliced, everyone gets one slice and the cake's gone. Equal slices. It makes sense. No one's ever, it makes sense. This is just the way, if everyone wants cake equally and everyone's hungry and the cake's there and there's 8 people, the cake gets sliced into 8 slices. Everybody wants money. Everybody wants comfort. Everybody wants freedom. Everybody wants to feel good about themselves. Everybody wants a good life. Even if they don't describe it in the way that I've described it, when you boil it down, we're all human beings. So we want to live. That's what, we want to live. Some people can, there's always outliers. But just like at the cake story, there's always outliers. Maybe someone's gluten-free. There's always random things that, but at a base, can we just start with generalizations and ignore outliers? Why in the world does Nvidia have 8% of the cake? And I get it. I understand. They make semiconductors and right now, this podcast is powered by CUDA. This podcast wouldn't exist if it weren't for a GeForce graphics card. This podcast will be rendered using Nvidia, DaVinci Resolve, processing power, coding, electrical engineering. This is Nvidia. This podcast is very much Nvidia. It wouldn't be here without Nvidia, and there's a lot of different things that involve Nvidia, but is my life 8% Nvidia? It's scary. It's scary, I think, because this is never something that I've just felt comfortable with. It's just a feeling it's just an uncomfortable feeling. And I maybe that's just how it's always been, and that's, by nature how I should feel. It's just this kind of thing. The economy, like the world, everything being stable should feel a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe that's evolutionary. I evolved from a hunter-gatherer, and to just always feel a sense of uncomfortableness. And that's just kind of the way it is. I'm always a little bit uncomfortable because that's how my ancestors survived and continued to live and thrive. And it's like, makes sense. It makes sense, but I don't know. Aren't there better things to feel uncomfortable about? Like right now, I'm totally unable to pursue a relationship with a girl. I just am. Like there's no way there. And a lot of girls will say the exact same thing about their lives because I'm so worried about how much money I have and my future finances, my life trajectory as it relates to money. That's what dictates. That's what I'm focused on. I'm going to school. I'm going back to school because of it. And these are the systems we have in place, and I guess it makes sense. And a lot can change in a year. Maybe in 2-3 years, I'll feel like, hey, I'm actually at a place, I think, where financially I think it makes sense to maybe start dating seriously. Because, I went on a date with this girl recently. She was beautiful. And she was hardworking. And we had a lot in common. But I don't even think I could take myself serious, to be quite honest with you. I don't even think I could take myself serious. Because I don't have anything. All I have is my parents supporting me. I don't have anything. And is that value-wise? Is that it's like I felt like I was a joke. And this is what the topic of college has led me to. Back to keeping it real. This is the end of the second segment. Now we're going to launch into the final segment while we watch Griffin paint this beautiful wave on this beautiful wall. Man, Griffin is a beautiful man. I am going to do one final ad read. I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, you could be a sponsor, not just a sponsor, the first sponsor of this show, Keeping It Real. Just get in touch with me. I'd love to have you. But yeah, this is how we're going to finish this episode off. I'm not sure where this topic will carry me over the next 12 minutes, but I truly, I don't feel like, you know, and there's a girl at work that I thought, and she goes, you know, she moved away to college, but it's only an hour and a half away. She's beautiful, smart, intelligent, hilarious. Did I mention beautiful? And I actually thought maybe she even liked me a little bit. But I can't take myself serious. I cannot take myself seriously. And that's why that's why I think I'm so amazed at people in relationships at my age. And the first things I do is I always ask, oh my God, how did you meet? I love to hear how people met. I just love to be around these people because I feel like they have what like I'm working so hard to achieve. And it's just amazing to me. And it's like it's this battle for me personally because it's like, well, you don't have to have everything figured out to start to see somebody, have a partner. It doesn't have to be so transactional. You know, if it's right, it's right. And that's true. You know, that's true. But I feel like this is a problem that I have to solve before I can think that, you know, I might be worthy of something just happening on its own, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I can't help but put myself in other people's minds and think about what they think, but have my own sort of tint on it.
I think you don't realize that, like, you maybe like you not having a girlfriend, like it's good because you not having a girlfriend right now, you will think later on, and you may not understand why, but later on you will. You get it?
Yeah, I understand completely. I think I need something to complain about, you know?
Yeah, I totally understand too. I totally understand it. It's like, I mean, dude, and it's like, it's so hard to have a girlfriend.
Oh my God, that's
when
another
you're
thing.
Younger.
It's so difficult. It's like,
it's so hard.
Yeah, it's like taking out the trash every Tuesday, like times 1 billion, if you want to think of it that way.
Yes.
Like, name any small responsibility, and responsibilities, you know, they may be small, but they're still responsibilities. You'll learn that when you move out. It's hard to live a life, especially when you come from such a nice city with such great parents and like such an awesome life. You move out and it's hard to even live. Like, you forget how to breathe, I feel like.
It's about. Oh no! Well, not. I mean, I got here like an hour ago.
I get really like particular about what you guys see, and this is screen recording, right? So I have 2 monitors. OBS is open, which is the something online. What does OBS stand for? I forget, but it records my screen and the audio from the mic, and that makes it so that I only have 2 files rather than 3 files because it's only my whatever. Point being. When Griffin has someone that comes, I have to remember to click the right button.
Yeah, no, I'll go with you.
Like if I
wasn't here.
If I don't want to hear Griffin's audio anymore, I click this button right here. And that means you can't hear him anymore, but I can still hear him. And that's the button I got to press. But when I hover my mouse over, and you can look on the screen right now because I probably didn't edit this out, although I might have, I'm not going to do it because that's just making more work for me. Hold on.
Script, so I'm gonna go check it out with her.
Okay, hold on. Oh, not hold on. See ya. See, you just heard it. I heard him before you, and then I decided when he came back in because the woman was talking to him, and yeah. Whatever. It's just it's also, you know, this operating software allows me to kind of puppet master the intro and outro song. So I'll play it right now. When the outro comes on, but I'm gonna have to mute the Discord, so I'm gonna have to do the thing. So right now, if you look on the screen, depending on if I had the energy to edit it out or not, I probably didn't. You're gonna see my mouse, which is not professional. And then you're probably going to see on the corners of the screen, depending on how it's cropped, the buttons that I get to press. And you should never see that. You're just supposed to see Griffin's feed, raw, right? But to do what I'm about to show you, I have to mute Discord because I'm going to turn my desktop audio back on. And with my desktop audio back on, I'm going to show you how I'm in control of the intro and outro music going forward and keeping it real. By the way, before I do this, I just want to say this is, and Mom, you never, we never talked about this, but I'm sure that you grinned when you heard the Car Talk Fiddle. It is a song called Doggy Mountain by Doggy Mountain Breakdown. I don't know the artist, but basically when I hit the right buttons and I click play and then I go to this audio slider, I can and then that's what I'm going to do when the episode ends here in 7 minutes. And if we can listen to the whole, we can just listen to the whole thing. Why not? Here we go. I'll just crank this all the way up. And I imagine it's a pretty good level. My voice is probably just at the right spot where you can hear me over it. I'm adjusting it on the fly. And I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the stuff right here. Like, I could just play a nice tune for you, but I don't want this to get copyrighted. I don't think it should get copyrighted. I don't know why it would get copyrighted. I'm scared of it getting copyrighted. Maybe this is a good test to see if it does get copyrighted because I played as the intro and outro now. But, you know, under 5 seconds, it might not register as a copyright. Anyway, I'm going to go back to having it muted and muting this. This is where Griffin needs to be. Okay, now we're back. Yeah, with the final 5 minutes, I don't know. I feel like it's like there's never, I feel like there's never a spot in your life that's not weird to be in. But my particular weird spot that I'm in right now, I feel is a combination of feeling like I'm young, so I should be really making mistakes on purpose, and I'm too old, and I should have everything together. Like, that's what I feel like is like that's what I feel like, you know? Like, my parents, like, they're always, like, the same. Like, every day they're the same. Like, there's no ups and downs with them. They're always just, like, my parents. Like, you can always expect them to just be, like, good parents. Like, it's never, they never are not good parents. But with me, it's like I feel like, you know, sometimes when I clock into work, I'm in a bad mood, sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I anticipate that for school too. Like, I don't know what's going to happen with school. I'm sort of going to let myself slip into like the obsession a little bit because I think the obsession is kind of like how I get good grades. I have to be a little bit obsessed. Kind of like I am with keeping it real. You know, I'm a little bit obsessed with all my disciplines because you just kind of have to be. There's a good quote that I'd like to play for you now, and it's by a gentleman. Hold on one second. It is by a gentleman. I don't know his name, but hold on. There we go. Khabib. It's 7 minutes long. I just want to see every day. This is Joe Rogan. Oh, wait. You can't hear it. Hold on. Maybe, actually, it's probably best because I don't want to. I'm just going to repeat what they're saying in real time. Every man addicted to something.
Some drink, some chase girls, some waste time. But real man, he addicted to discipline, to early wakes, to prayer, to training, to silence. Discipline no need motivation. Discipline move without feeling. Discipline say, I go anyway, even when tired, even when lonely. Discipline is best addiction. You want strong life? Discipline build it. You want peace? Discipline protect it. You want respect? Discipline earn it. No shortcut, only.
I'm so sorry, y'all. You've been listening to both the entire time. I gotta get used to these controls. Only men with control, not men with excuse. No cry, no blame. You want a better life? Start with better habits. Discipline every day until discipline become you. I mean, it's electric, really. Did he say somewhere in the middle of there that a girl wants a man under control? Because that's the motivation I need. Oh, be man with control. But, yeah. See, I mean, Khabib probably wouldn't even talk about women because he's so disciplined. Like, he doesn't even care. I mean, I think I'm in a lot. I mean, I think I'm in a way better place than I was a year ago because I used to be watching porn and jacking off. I mean, I'm trying not to talk about women and to forget about it all now and focus on school and career and all that. But I can only imagine how much harder it would have been for myself back then when I was, how much of a contradiction is that? Like, I know that I shouldn't be talking about it and I know that I should be focused on what I need to be focused on. Yet in my own time, I watch naked girls have sex on the internet and, imagine them in my mind when I masturbate. That is a contradiction. And you only want intentional contradiction. And it was intentional. That's the problem. It's like, I recognized that. I remember I was like, this is weird that I do this way. But it was I don't know. It was just kind of yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about food. I think I might take a trip to McDonald's. I don't know. I have no money. I'm serious. This is going to be a very tight trip to Wilmington. But I'm going to make it. And let's see what else. This episode might be a minute or two short because I think I pressed the start recording button but didn't actually start the episode for a little bit. But that's okay. It's just going to be a little bit short. I'm going to edit it as fast as I can so that I can just have my own time to fuck around, do whatever, probably fall asleep in a couple hours. It's going to take a couple hours for this to finish. That's why, and then once I fall asleep, wake up, go to work. Hopefully I can pack my equipment before work. That would be, I think, a great... yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm probably going to end up in Wilmington tomorrow night. If not, yeah, I don't know what will happen. I'm signing off, keeping it real. I'll see you tomorrow. Always a pleasure. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.